What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Smoking with the Rockies. Today I'm going to be smoking ribs. I'm actually going to do different types. I'm going to do baby back, and I'm also going to do pork spare ribs. I have not attempted to smoke ribs before, so this is the first for me. Hopefully it does turn out good. I'm going to go ahead and attempt this. Hopefully it'll be good. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm excited to try it. I am trying some different rubs today. I'm going to do two different types. I got some bone sucking sauce. It's kind of a sweet rub, but it should be fantastic. And then of course I went with the old Treager pork and poultry apple and honey rub. I'm really excited to use this one. Haven't tried it before, but it should be fantastic as well. So we'll see how it works out, but we're going to do 225 on these on the smoker for about an hour and 30 minutes. We're going to see where we're sitting at. Obviously it is pork, so we want to get to a full internal temperature. So we want to get to 160, 165, and then from there we are going to take it out. We're going to wrap it. We're going to put it in a tin foil, nice and tight. We are going to put a little bit of apple cider vinegar on top of it, just to kind of keep it moist while it's in there. Once we do that, we'll let it cook for about 30 minutes in the foil, take it out. We'll do a nice glaze on it that I got it prepared. I'll show you how you guys make that too as well. And then we'll glaze it and we'll put it back in for the smoke for probably about another 30 to 45 minutes till we get internal temperature of about 195, 200 is where we want to be at with pig, with the ribs. So it should be really good, really tender, come right off the rib. So I'm excited about this one. I hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, thank you again for following along. Here we go. So as I mentioned, we do have two different steps. We got the spare ribs, then we got the baby backs. Everybody's pretty familiar with those. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start with the spare ribs. I'm gonna put these aside for now. I just wanna trim these out because these are really big. We got this whole slab of meat right back here, which is usually I'd keep it on if I'm making it in the oven. But since I'm not, I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Just cut right down this line. And then cut it out right here. So again, if you want to make the whole thing, you go right ahead. There's some bones right up in here, some cartilage, so you don't want to cut that in there. You're going to want a pretty good knife for this. But these are super meaty. All right. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you following along. If you have any questions on why I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, let me know. Happy to answer them. But as I mentioned, this back portion of it, it's got all that bone in there. This will just be good side meat, so we'll put that to the side. We always figure out something else to do with it. Real meaty, real nice. I'm not gonna take that off. Just gonna flip this over. A lot of people, they take off this back part. I'm not going to. I've seen different people do other things. It seems for what I'm wanting to do, I'm just gonna score it. So I'm just gonna come, make lines. So that way when it does cook, and when you go in to take a bite out of this, it's not gonna be tough. So again, it is your choice on how you'd want to go about this. Me, I don't mind too much. I've seen other people do it differently, just by taking it all the way out. I'm not going to bother with that. And again, just scoring it real nice, just so that way when we do bite into it, you're not just getting that tough skin on the back. I mean, all the meat is in the front of these, so I'm not going to stress too much. I will take out some of this fat right back here. These are gonna be really good. All right, so these are pretty much ready to go. Let's clean it up a bit. That fat will render down real nice. I mean, these are super meaty spare ribs, so I'm excited about that. I got my rack right here for it. So again, on these, I'm gonna go ahead and do the bone sucking sauce. I know some people do some type of glaze first and put it on. I'm just gonna do straight dry rub. As it's cooking, we'll go out probably every 20 to 30 minutes and we'll spray on it. I don't want it to dry out by any means. That's the last thing I wanna have happen. I'm not gonna do a heavy load of this because I've never had it before, so I'm not too sure what to expect from it. I'm hoping to get a good result out of it and hopefully it tastes fantastic. I mean, it smells great. I mean, I can definitely admit to that. So we got that. Go ahead and flip this over. Sorry for all the noise. There we go. Get the sides. Oh yeah. And it's kind of got like a sweet, tangy, spicy smell to it, but when I tasted it, it's more just sweet, soft undertones, really nice. So that should be really nice in this. Just rub it in. All right. So there's number one, nice and covered. Put that over here on our rack. All right. And we got our spare ribs, or our baby backs. These are super meaty. I mean, they are thick. These are fantastic looking ribs. So these, we have the whole back end over here. Again, I'm just gonna score it. You could do it however you want. If you wanna rip out that back end, you know, just take a napkin, kind of cut into it and pull up. It should come out pretty easy. Just put a little pressure on there and you'll be good to go. Now again, I'm doing this just so that way when I bite into it, you're not stuck there. It doesn't hold on. It just peels right off and it just goes in well with the bite. I've never been picky when it comes to my ribs having this back portion on here. I've never taken it off myself when I made them. But again, never made it on the smoker before. It's always been, you know, crock pot or in the oven. So we'll see how well that works out. I'm just gonna take this part off right here. All right. We'll take that off too. No need to have that ugly stuff on there. So those are ready to go. And I'm not even gonna take that fat off. That's perfect fat. So I'm gonna wash my hands really quick. Got to put my gloves on this time around, but it's the nature of the game. So for this one, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the Treager pork and poultry apple honey. I haven't tried it before, so I'm excited to give this one a shot. I think it should taste amazing. It smells amazing. Again, it's really one of those sweet rubs, but it's got nice undertones on it, so let's give that a nice coating. You can't go wrong with Treager. That's one thing I've learned doing this now. Give that a nice rub. Flip it over. And if you are curious, I am touching everything with dirty hands. I'm a pretty big clean freak. I will disinfect all these cans. I'm just that way. I don't like dirty cooking. I wash my hands constantly, especially when I'm doing this. That's why I'm kind of upset I didn't wear my gloves. So if you see me step away to wash, that's the reason why. But all right, we'll do one more coat on this. And then we'll also make a marinade that we'll put on the end, kind of like a sauce to put on the end to finish it out on both of them. Like I said, it will be an apple cider vinegar. marinade, but it should be fantastic. I'm looking forward to trying that as well. It's a new one that I found out. But we got this done. Go ahead and take a look at the color on that. Those look fantastic, they smell great, and it's gonna taste even better. So I'm excited about this. So again, we have spare ribs and we have baby backs. So quite the difference, but still I think either way you make them, either option you like, they're gonna taste fantastic. I am looking forward to it. I'm gonna do 2 separate racks. My little smoker's not big enough, but I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for following along. Again, 225 for 2 hours. We'll take it out, maybe a little less. We want internal temperature of 165. We'll take it out, we'll wrap it tight in foil, put a little water, or we'll put an apple cider vinegar sauce in there as well, just to steam it a little bit. We'll finish cooking it out. We'll unwrap it. We'll put our marinade. We'll put it back again on the smoker for another 30 minutes, and we'll finish it out until an internal temperature of about 195 to 200. And these ribs are gonna be pull off the bone, moist, tender. They're gonna be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna go ahead and put these on the smoker now. We are gonna use a peach wood for this, and I'm gonna mix it with some hickory. I like the hickory flavor, but I figured the peach might go well with it. I've never tried it before. Let me know if I'm doing it wrong, if I'm doing a mistake, but who knows, I'll let you know the outcome. Let me go ahead and get these out there. Alrighty guys, so we're out here, we're at the smoker. We're gonna go ahead and get these bad boys in. So I have to correct myself. I said I was using peach, but I'm actually using maple. I'm gonna use maple and I'm gonna use hickory. You can't go wrong with hickory. I love hickory, so. I know some people may be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? But I have no doubt that it is gonna be delicious. I mean, these things already look fantastic just with the rubs on them. So we are excited. Give these a shot. Go ahead and show you what we're working with here. Look how great those look. I did have to cut the ribs a little bit. My smoker is not big enough. But all right, so I got those in. We have them sitting at 230 right now, actually a little more than 225, but that's fine. It'll probably cook a little bit faster, which is okay with me. So we'll get those done. We'll come back out here, like I said, about 45 minutes and check them. We'll probably still come in between that. I wanna make sure that we don't dry them out either. I'll have apple cider vinegar and just half and half spray that I use. I'll put it on there. We'll get them rinsed out. Just that way it doesn't dry out. And then about an hour, hour and a half, we'll come look at them again. Internal temperature, want it to be 160, 165. We'll take them out, we'll wrap them. Get a little more apple cider vinegar on top of it. Wrap them up tight. We'll put them in for another 35 minutes or so until we get to internal temperature of 195, 200. We'll take them out. We'll put our marinade on them, put them back in for another 30 minutes so that way that marinade settles and just makes a nice glaze on top of it. So these are gonna be delicious. Again, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever you like to do. Just wanna watch, hey, thank you for visiting. Yeah, thanks again. We'll see you soon. All right, guys, so it's time for me to make my glaze. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I've kind of made this up myself by looking at other people's stuff and just kind of, I guess, eyed it myself and changed some things around. So what this is going to consist of is ketchup, apple cider vinegar, black pepper, garlic, paprika, red pepper flakes. I'm going to saute an onion. I'm going to cut it up really finely, put it in a pan with some garlic, with minced garlic. We're going to get it cooked down until it's translucent. We'll put it in a cup. We're going to put about a half a cup of ketchup, about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, half a teaspoon of ground pepper, teaspoon of garlic salt, about a teaspoon or even a half a teaspoon of paprika, and a half teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. And then we are gonna finish it off with a sugar-free barbecue sauce. I mean, you can do whatever you like, your flavor. That's just what I'm going to use. And it's just, again, to give that extra little flavor that I'm not getting from my own stuff. Unfortunately, I'm still new at making sauce. So I'm not gonna complain about it. Hopefully you guys like it. I've made it already once and it was actually pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. Like I said, I'm gonna cut these up really finely. It's about a half an onion. I cried a little bit, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm tearing up those onions. Whew.
onion over here. Get the oven on, get that going. I'm going to use a little extra virgin olive oil. Put that in with onions. Now I'm just going to let that saute down. Like I said, we want to get it translucent almost. And it shouldn't take very long. I will add in about a teaspoon of minced garlic. So this is going to be really good. So while we have that going, I'm going to go ahead and get my spices ready to go here. Alright. So. I'm not going to do a lot of sauce because, again, I don't want to go to waste. So measure it out. Half a cup of ketchup. I'll do a little bit more than a half cup. Yeah, you can eye it however you like. This is just the way I do it. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. We're going to do a half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. We're going to do 1 full teaspoon of garlic salt, half a teaspoon of paprika. We're going to do a half a teaspoon of garlic pepper flakes. And of course, whatever type of molasses or Worcestershire, whatever you want to put in there is another option. I'm going to do a tablespoon of this. This is just a sweet, spicy barbecue. Old Smokehouse sugar-free barbecue sauce, sweet and spicy. Love this stuff. Alright, so we got that in there. Go ahead, take our spoon. Let's mix it up. And again, you can make this to your liking. This is just how I do it. I'm also going to do a half a cup of water, just to loosen it up. Might be a little too much, but I don't like it super thick. Because as it sits on the steak, on the ribs, it will thicken up itself. And it becomes a really nice glaze. Alright, our onions are almost done. This is pretty much done, let's go. Oh yeah, that's got a really great flavor to it. I like that a lot. Now, I'm going to add just a little bit of chili flakes. I mean, it doesn't make it spicy at all. It's more just a texture and look thing. I love spice, but I gotta be cautious with my family because they're not big into it. This is pretty toned down for what I normally would like, but that's okay. Let me check on these onions.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this sauce, I'm going to mix it into the pan with the onions and the garlic. I'm just going to give it a quick toss through there so that way it picks fantastic. We're going to put it back in our cup here, or attempt to. There we go. We got that nice dark flavor. We got that garlic. We got that onion in there. Oh, that's gonna taste amazing. We got all those spices. That looks great. Oh yeah. That right there is money. Again, if you're interested in it, I'll put the recipe in the link in the description below with all the spices used, how much, everything else. This is a great, quick, easy sauce. You saw how I just made it. I mean, you can change it yourself, kind of like I did. I took from a bunch of different recipes I saw and just kind of made my own. And man, this is a fantastic recipe. Yeah, we're just about done with the smoke. I'm gonna go check it here in another 10 minutes. I've been spritzing it with apple cider vinegar, 1 part apple cider vinegar, 1 part water. Just spraying it just to make sure that the outside of the crust doesn't get too hard and doesn't dry out. It's looking great. We're almost at our temperature that we want it to be at. So this whole meal is turning out fantastic. But yeah, we'll check back in with you. Thank you again for sticking along. Alrighty, so I got the steaks off here. The colors are looking fantastic on them. They're great. They're at that 160 mark. I'm gonna go ahead and get them wrapped up in foil. Look at that, just bending. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and spritz them still with some of that 50-50 blend. Okay, we got that smoke that we wanted on there now.
These are baby backs. I'll get a color on that.
All right. I'm not gonna put that one back on there, but I'm gonna go ahead and get these back on there. I'll probably do about another 30 minutes or so. And we should get to that internal temperature, like I said, 195, 200. I'm gonna put it at full blast at 350 degrees. Because now we're done getting the smoke. Now it's just a matter of finish cooking them off. They smell fantastic. I mean, you just look at this right here, the color, it looks great on it. It's pretty much done. Like you could eat that as it is. I think I may. It looks fantastic, but yeah, we'll check back in with you in a little 30 minutes and we'll show you the final product. Alrighty, everybody, we are done. It smells fantastic. I did not glaze it. I figured, you know, we could glaze that when we want to do it ourselves. So look at that. That just looks tender. It looks good. Let's open up the baby backs. Ooh, man. That is just juicy. Oh, look at that bend. These are the spare ribs. Oh, it's hot. Look at that bend. We'll call those done, my friend. Take out the foil here. Oh, yeah. All right. So, you know, of course, we got to test it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it here. That's money. That's just so juicy. All right. Alrighty, everybody. So I thank you again for following along on this series. These ribs turned out great for my first time. I didn't put the glaze on. A lot of people like to put the glaze on and smoke it for another 30 minutes with that glaze on there, so that way it gets a nice thick coat on the top. But I know my kids aren't too much into sauces, so I'd rather leave it off and just put it on how I prefer. But I want to go ahead and try this. I mean, this just looks amazing. So tender. And the collagen is just breaking apart. Just comes off. Again, great meal. Took me about 4.5 hours to do. 5 at most. Fantastic. I did the 3 hours on. About 45 minutes into wrapping. So it was about 4 hours at most. Let's say 4 hours is what it took. Not very thick, but this turned out amazing. That rub is great. I used the Treager pork and poultry. This is the apple honey rub. I used that on the baby backs. And then I used the bone sucking sauce on the spare ribs. And those spare ribs taste amazing. This turned out great, but again, thank you for following along. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. Give this video a like and continue to follow along. We'll have better recipes. Thank you again for your time. You guys have a great evening and God bless.